Welcome back to Grade 7 Science, Unit number 3, Thermal Energy and Heat Technology. This is lesson number 9.1, Methods of Thermal Energy Transfer. Folks, you can actually see it summed up in this animated picture right here. We are going to be looking at 3 different ways in which thermal energy is transferred. You might want to put the video on pause just so you can take a longer look at this image, and it'll give you a sense of what each of these 3 terms means. All right, let's proceed. Ever notice how you can feel the warmth coming from a light bulb? Your skin warms up because it is receiving thermal energy from the bulb. The bulb is an energy source. An energy source is something which can transfer its energy to other objects. We've actually talked about this at a number of points this year, primarily in social studies, solar energy, fossil fuels like coal and oil, but also trees, water. They're all things which can transfer their energy to other objects to make them move or do other tasks. You've seen water waves plenty of times. Those waves are a visible sign of energy being transferred from one place to another. But energy can also be transferred in ways which cannot be seen by the human eye. Radiation is a transfer of energy in a special form of wave that can travel through many materials and empty space. Remember how in solids the particles are close together? Well, thermal energy can be transferred directly from one particle to the next. The process of transferring thermal energy through direct collision between the particles is called thermal conduction. When heat is placed close to a solid, the particles at the surface absorb the energy and start moving. These particles then bump into nearby particles and transfer thermal energy. Eventually, all of the particles bump into each other and receive thermal energy. And you can see it in this GIF file here, the 3 stages in heat transfer by conduction. And this image uses the word atom. We've been talking about particles. Okay, but as you can see, some particles get heated up first, and then because they're so close to surrounding particles, they transfer energy to those particles as well. Most metals make very good heat conductors. For example, copper stovetops are great for cooking because they heat up fast. But other solids, like glass, are less efficient at conducting heat. These materials are known as heat insulators. We use insulators to trap the heat in an object so that the object stays hot. Thermal energy can also be transferred by fluids. In convection, a warm fluid is placed inside an object, and the fluid carries thermal energy throughout the object. The moving fluid which heats up the object is called a convection current. Convection currents appear throughout Earth's oceans and the atmosphere, distributing solar energy. On a smaller scale, convection currents are used in household appliances such as heating systems, air conditioners, and ovens. All right, so that's a couple of slides, just a wrap up of what I talked about earlier in this video. So we'll have to do this at a couple of stages. Step 1 is to put the video on pause so that you can match each of the 3 terms with the correct definition. If you don't feel you can do this now, it means you need to go back and watch this video again from the start. But if you're ready, on some piece of paper, please jot down your answers so that you can take them up in tomorrow's class. All right, and let's look at the next one. Okay, I'll just sneak this back in here. Okay, although I kind of gave you a bit of a hint as to the next slide here. All right, so I'm done talking. Please put the video on pause so that you can do this matchup activity. I think we have one final. Yes, we do. Okay, so now 3 practical examples. Okay, you're going to read each example and then you're going to match the correct term to each situation. Again, if you don't feel that you can do this activity yet, it means you need to go right back to the start of this video and watch it again at least one more time. But for now, put the video on pause so you can do this activity. Alrighty, and I look forward to going over the main points from this video as well as the review questions which I've left with you. But until we meet again, this concludes today's video.